Let's do a self-exploration meditation on body arising, breath arising, and mind arising. Let the eyes of the waker close. Take the stand of the witness of the waker. Recognize yourself as a field without any borders, an infinite ocean. An infinite ocean of awareness, a borderless field of knowingness. Within this field, experience arises, plays for a while, and disappears. In the center of this field, there may arise a subtle sensation of solidity. A sense of I am. It is a felt sense. It is a center point of identity. This solid identity is not permanent or fixed. It is fleeting. It carries movement within it. At times, it feels dense and pronounced. At other times, it becomes faint, almost transparent, as though it is fluctuating along a spectrum. Observe carefully. There are moments when this central solidity abruptly disappears. In that absence, it is not known. There are moments when this central solidity suddenly reappears. When the sense of you was absent, the sense of I was absent too. When the sense of you returned, the sense of I returned too. Observe this appearing and disappearing act. When the sense of I dissolves, what remains is the clear recognition that even the body is not a reference point. The body is not the baseline. You cannot use it as a basis or a benchmark. There is something else, that is knowing this body appear and disappear. That which knows, that is a fixed point. That is the anchor point. That is anchored in permanence and continuity, not the body. Remain established in the peripheral awareness field, devoid of a center, devoid of the sense of ownership, devoid of a form. Ask yourself the question, if I can know when the body is and when the body is not, how can I be the body? Am I not the knower of the body? And doesn't that make the body a mere arising, a mere wave that appears and disappears? Recognize that the breath appears within the awareness field. The breath disappears from within the awareness field. You are not breathing. Breath is happening. You are not the doer. You are simply knowing the movement. Sometimes the breath seems central. Sometimes it feels intimate and personal. If you look more closely, the inhalation arises of its own accord. The exhalation releases on its own. The pause between them is not created, manufactured, or done by you. Breath moves. You, the awareness, knows the movement. You, the awareness, do not move. Hence, you are the reference point. The breath cannot be a reference point. A reference point means that which is fixed or standard, permanent and continuous. The breath is not. Sometimes the breath feels deep and full, sometimes shallow and faint, sometimes smooth, sometimes textured, sometimes uneven and vibrating. You are the knower of these movements. Let's notice something subtler. The sense that I am breathing is another sensation layered over the raw movement of air. That ownership is not inherent in the breath. It is added. There may come a moment when the breath becomes extremely subtle, almost imperceptible. The body seems distant. The center softens. In that moment, the breath is not being tracked. There is no breather. There is only knowing. You, the awareness, is not absent. You, the awareness, know the absence of the perception of breath. You are the reference point. The breath is not. Ask yourself the question: how can I be the breath that appears and disappears? Am I not the awareness that is aware of the appearing and disappearing breath? Isn't breath merely an arising, merely a wave that appears and disappears? Remain as that which knows. Recognize that the mind too appears within the awareness field and disappears. You are not the mind. The mind is happening in you, the field of knowingness. Sometimes thoughts seem intimate and personal. They give the illusion that they are my thoughts, my thinking. Look closely. A thought arises on its own. It is not summoned, it is not chosen in advance. It appears. Its ownership is claimed in retrospect. Similarly, when a thought will dissolve is unknown. When will the gap arise at the end of the thought is unknown. It is not created by you, it is simply there. The sense of I am thinking is itself another thought. It is a movement layered over the raw appearance of mental activity. Mental activity means the mind moves spontaneously, automatically, naturally, producing images, memories, flashes, words, etc. Sometimes fast, sometimes dull, sometimes agitated, sometimes clear. All of this is the movement of mental activity. And the sense I am thinking is layered on top of this. Acknowledge the truth. I, the awareness, do not move. Hence, I am not the sense of I am thinking that appears and disappears. There may come a moment when thought suddenly stops. No commentary, no inner narrator. Stillness, silence. Not even a knower of silence, simply silence. Even the sense of mind is absent. Yet, the awareness field is not absent. Ask yourself the question, when a thought appears, I know. When a thought disappears, I know. I do not appear. I do not disappear. How can I be the mind? Am I not simply the knower of the mind? Am I not that which is untouched by it? Abide as the knowingness. Abide as the knowingness. Abide as the knowingness.